Black erasure is a huge problem in Muslim culture, and even to the point where, honestly, I would assert with some confidence that the majority of Black Muslims are trained, and non-Black Muslims are trained not to think of Blackness when you're thinking about Islamic history, especially the Sahaba. We know, like, usually it's stuck to Bilal, then it went up a notch, and they included Sumaya. But in your book, you include Ali ibn Abi Talib.
Nah.
You gonna have a whole bunch of people mad.
Hey, they're really gonna be mad. Inshallah, in February we got part 2 coming out, which is dealing with only the Black imams from Ahl al-Bayt, the Black imams from the family of the Prophet.
I hope you got a Kevlar vest.
So if they're not mad, just wait.
Abu Bakr, you mentioned Abu Bakr, and I just was like, hold up, wait a second. Go back and I myself as a Black person, because I've been trained this way, like, there's a cognitive dissonance. I can't imagine that. My brain has got to wrap around that concept. I remember when Omar Suleiman mentioned Musa, the Prophet Musa, as being Black, and he said, and he made perfect sense. He said, if Allah sent a prophet to every people, do you think they were all Arabs? The prophet from among the people to them. Do you really think they were all Arabs? But that's what we're trained. We're trained inside of Muslim culture to kind of think of this passing white Arab archetype when it comes to Islam. It's just like we just really just directly correlated. So when you imagine them, that's what you think of them all as these really passing white, not just, even tan, like they got it like white Arabs. That's the way the Prophet ﷺ is depicted, and a lot of Persian art and Iranian art and Turkish art is like, and like this development of like this whitewashing, actual whitewashing of people that mean so much to the Muslim identity and the faith.
I mean, you seen the movie The Message, right?
Yeah. Were you like, oh well, that's wrong? That's right.
No, I'm saying.
Sumaya was white. I'm
sorry. Yo, Sumaya was, Jaffa was. The only Black spot in there was Bilal, and not only that, but they made him like extremely Black, like
black.
Which is nothing wrong with it, but my thing is, like, when we read the actual description of Sayyidina Bilal and we read the actual description of Sayyidina Ali, it's exactly the same. Not like the wording, Adam Shadid al-Udma. It's exact. It means Black, not only Black but extremely Black. Okay, so if you're going to depict Bilal that way, how come you didn't depict? Well, they didn't depict Sayyidina Ali in the movie, but they did depict his brother Jafar. And that movie, by the way, was Azhar gave it the okay. Go figure. But
they had Omar too.
Huh?
Did you see the one Omar?
No, I didn't see that one yet.
Yeah. So whitewashing there too. You know?
So,
and you would think Muslims would know better. That's the thing. It's because, like, listen, they, like the broader society whitewashes ancient Egypt all the time. It's like they were like, Yul Brynner was a pharaoh. It was just like, really, huh? And look at Elizabeth Taylor was Cleopatra. Because she was Greek. No, she was part Greek. She was.
This is the thing though. Whenever Black people, Black Muslims assert their Blackness and their Islamicness, whatever, we're always told, there's no, to basically just forego our Blackness and just be Muslim. Yeah. But everyone else, they can celebrate their
Desi background.
Yeah, their background and all that, their scholars and their tradition and everything. But when it comes to us, no, we're just Muslim. And unfortunately, you have a lot of black Muslims who fall into this. You know, I mean, I've had, a lot of pushback from black Muslims. Brother, we're just Muslim.
Yeah,
You know,
Islam doesn't see color.
yeah, right. There's no color in the sun. Okay,
Why are you always bringing up race? Why has it got to be about race? That's a huge problem, and
mm,
I think that African American Muslims, and I'm hoping, like, uh, because of the strong anti-racist tendencies of African American Muslims, Caribbean Muslims, uh, and and I think that a lot of the British Muslims, I'm just really kind of thinking of a Western context right now. A lot of hopefully a lot of British Muslims will now kind of see, because now you got that being black and Muslim in Britain. Now when
mm,
they have that, was just like, wait a second, hold up, wait a second.
mm,
This you can't disregard this, because it's who we are, and it affects us. It affects us inside our faith, and it affects us outside of our faith, and we need to explore that. So I think that
mm.
that's something that's really interesting that is happening in Western Muslim culture, and I think because African American Muslims saw utilized Islam as not just a deen, but also
Mm,
a source of liberation. That
mm,
there's I think that spans out now because of the influence of famous African American Muslims like Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X. There were some that in recent history that it kind of come out. I'm hoping that they'll come back, type of thing. I'm praying for a couple of them. I'm like, please come back, because you were phenomenal. And so, and instead of like kind of like trying to act like this is not a thing, because it
mm.
definitely is a thing, and how it affects us inside and outside the faith is definitely a thing. And having works like this is very, very important
Thank you.
in us feeling our significance and our humanity, because it's taken away from us. Non-black Muslims have taken it away from us, and it's just
Mm,
like, step back and let us explore this. And if you're giving pushback, that's because you have a problem with blackness. I'm just going to be honest about it, because
mm.
you wouldn't care that black Muslims are celebrating black Muslim culture and black Muslim scholarship. You really wouldn't care, because you do it for your own backgrounds and ethnicities and races. So just by virtue of the fact that you're pushing back on it, I don't care if you're a layperson or a scholar that's been studying abroad for all of these years and you can speak fluent Arabic and everything like that. If you're telling me there's something wrong with me exploring my blackness and my faith, then that's because you have a problem with my blackness.